test.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us tonight in the Game 2 of the semifinals in the Malden Modified Softball League. Tonight's matchup is between the Space Cowboys and the Bombers. Tight match last night. Bombers taking game 1, but Danny Donovan on the hill for Space Cowboys will ring it in with a strike 1 to start the game. I'm joined here by Commissioner Jeff Harris. Inside ball 1. 1-1.
Jonathan Zui up to bat. Lead-off batter. It's a ground ball to third base. Throws across the diamond.
That was a solid play by third. Fielded it cleanly. Steve Lima over there.
That'll bring up Mitch Zui batting second.
Mitch typically is a pull hitter, but we've seen him spray it a little bit more this season. And with good speed on the base path, this should be a good matchup.
Danny Donovan on the hill for the Space Cowboys. Called the strike. Home plate umpire, Marty Green.
Just low. 2-1. That's the count. Solid rip to shortstop, but a clean line drive for an out. We have a shortstop. Space Cowboys tonight.
Rivera. Third batter to the inning is Mike Campbell. Called strike.
Line drive between third and short. Mike Campbell taking the turn, but will stop at first and go back after a throw into second base by the Space Cowboys. The Bombers have their first base runner of the night here with 2 outs in the top of the first. Taking the ball high is Jared. Swing to shortstop, fielded cleanly for the toss to second base for out number 3. The Bombers strand a runner in the top of the first.
We'll be back.
Introducing the Malden Bombers. Led by the infamous Zoo Crew, with patriarchs Keith and Dana Zooey, rounded out by the younger Zooeys, Jonathan, Mitch, and DJ. The Malden Bombers went 15-6 on the season, and Keith, as their starting pitcher and manager, went 8-3. The Bombers scored 261 total runs, tying with the St. Peter's Angels for the league lead in runs scored. The Bombers also placed 3 hitters in the top 5 of batting average, with Reed Williamson coming in second with a .641 average, Sam McDonald placing third at .619, and Joe Fitzgerald placing fifth with a .561 average. The Malden Bombers got off to a great start in their playoffs this season as they outscored their opponents in their first 3 playoff games 45-2. Unfortunately, they would run into the buzzsaw named Garland in the finals this year against PCALs and would once again, for the second year in a row, fail to win a championship. The Malden Bombers will be represented in the All-Star game by Sam McDonald, Reed Williamson, Jonathan Zooey, and DJ Zooey.
All right, went back. Andrew Delaney leading off the inning for Space Cowboys. Veteran pitcher on the mound. Keith Zooey for the Bombers, the manager of the Bombers.
Just outside, Keith, one of the more dominant pitchers down here in Malden. Been consistently on the mound for a number of years here for the Bombers.
Ball down and away.
Pop up to right field, hustling in, and the ball will drop in for a single, taking the turn to second. Here's the throw. Space Cowboys in there safely.
Leadoff double for Delaney, who has a ton of speed in that leadoff position for Space Cowboys. Really sets the table for the team. And another good hitter, Nick Festa, is their two-hitter. Solid outfielder for the Cowboys.
Ooh, nice pitch by Keith. They're actually sitting behind home plate here. You can see the curve. He has a nice curve ball starting in on the righties and going to the outside corner. Here's the next pitch. And a single into left field, shooting the gap. Delaney rounding third, coming in to score the first run for the Space Cowboys on a single by Festa.
Hey, let's go, Leva!
And that'll be the first run of the game. And all it took was two batters, and Space Cowboys jumps out to a quick lead, 1-0. And that'll bring up Steve Lima, the three-hitter. Fly ball to the infield.
Pop up and foul ground. Ooh. Third baseman dropped it on a pop-up.
I think it made contact with the tree.
Did it?
Yep, I think it made contact with the tree, so it kind of gave up on the ball. A lot of the trees here are in play on foul territory, so anything that hits a tree is automatically dead. Fly ball right field.
Mike Campbell going out from second to make the catch and short right. Keeps the runner honest, and on first base for the Space Cowboys here with
First out of the inning.
yeah. Stepping into bat is Soto for the Space Cowboys. Had quite a productive year at the plate over the entire league.
Soto is up there in league leaders in just about every category. Batting average, slugging, OPS, home runs. He's got one of the best swings in the entire league, I'll tell you that. Very effortless swing.
Yeah, keep working here, 1-1.
Ball up and away. Count is 2-1. We have two umpires here for the semifinals and the finals.
Soto with a big swing and a miss. That was that curve I was talking about Keith, and spades to the outside corner and can get those righty batters.
We do know that Soto was injured in the last round. The last two weeks of the season, been dealing with a little bit of a hamstring problem. There's a pitch, second base, flipped over to Zooey, and onto first base, safe on the 4-6-3 attempt on the double play. But they get the lead runner at second. That'll be 2 outs. And that'll bring up Mike Bocchino, the manager of Space Cowboys.
Nice to have the second umpire out here for those calls in the infield.
I like that he was very loud and very assertive on his call there. Fly ball right field, short right field, called by Campbell, the second baseman. Caught easily for the third out of the inning. And after one, it is 1-0 Space Cowboys. And we'll be back.
Introducing the Dirtbags. The Dirtbags are managed by Joel Carlson, a.k.a. Joey Sundays, and were led by one of their pitchers, Alex Tamanya, whose father also pitched in the league. Alex went 4-11 on the season, picking up 4 out of the 5 Dirtbag wins, when they'll ending with an eventual record of 5-16. Some of the batting average leaders for the Dirtbags was Jesus 40, who played in 13 games and batted .500, and Joel Carlson, who batted .488. The Dirtbags ended the season strong, playing their final season game against Criollos, picking up a big 22-12 win. That momentum, however, would not follow up into their playoff play-in game, losing to the White Sox 10-6. The Dirtbags will be represented in the All-Star game by pitcher Alex Tamanya, infielder David Fitzpatrick, outfielder Josh Joyner, and Sean Carlson.
And we're back here in the top of the second. First pitch dealt by Danny Donovan for Space Cowboys. In there for ball 1.
Brings up Joe Fitzgerald. Solid player for the Bombers. Utility player. I've seen him play third base and outfield. It's a hard ground ball to left field. Foul ball.
Yep, solid swing there. I think he's ahead or behind in the count now. 1 and 2, right?
I think it's 1-1. The first pitch of the ball. Throws the rubber and deals. Ground ball to third base. It gets to the hole. Fitzgerald takes a turn, kind of thinks about it. Doesn't move. And he's at first base for a leadoff single. That'll bring up Matt White, first baseman.
Matt in here early tonight with the team taking grounders, getting ready for the big game. He takes ball 1 high and outside. Borderline, but ball 2.
2-0 for Matt White.
Ball 3. With a base runner on first here with no outs. Taking a strike. 3-1. He was taken all the way. There we are. Dealt the next pitch. Inside for ball 4. The Bombers get a walk, and with that, there's a runner on first and second with no outs here. In the top of the second.
That'll bring up John Kane for the Bombers.
Taking ball 1 outside.
Donovan struggling with his control.
2-0 in the dirt. Definitely trying to find the strike zone.
Now turning on the pressure. The Bombers bench chirping to get in the head of Donovan. We'll see how he deals with this pressure.
And another ball high. That is ball 4 in the dirt. Bases loaded here in the top of the second with no outs for the Bombers.
That'll bring up speedy outfielder Joe Kameen for the Bombers.
Nicknamed Fingers on the team.
He is nicknamed Fingers. Not sure I want to know why.
Ooh, takes a strike.
Donovan comes back with first pitch strike. Bases loaded, no outs. They're going to drive the ball in the outfield here. Try to get a run. Tie this game up. And there he does just that. Ball is caught in left center, thrown to home.
Not in time, and the Bombers will score their first run to tie it up 1-1 here in the top of the second.
Runners on first and second stay put. So we have first and second with 1 out.
And now we have lefty Nick Williamson batting for the Bombers. Nick always finds a way to get on base. Let's see what he can do here. Takes a ball outside. Ball 2 in the dirt. High score here with a runner on first and second with 1 out. Takes ball 3 high, 3-0. Nick, I believe, will be getting the take signal here all the way. Ooh, ball 4.
Not even close.
Bases loaded here again for the Bombers in the top of the second with 1 out. High score 1-1.
First one. That'll bring up Brendan Collins.
Danny bouncing back here for strike 1 to start ahead of the count. Ooh, good pitch, but just low.
Donovan really struggling. 2-1 count. Bases loaded. No out. Oh, we got 1 out actually.
Yep, there is 1 out from the sacrifice fly. Another ball. Full count here with 1 out. See if Danny can deliver a strike. Yes, he does, and there's a pop-up to short.
Delaney in left center. Gonna throw home. Throw comes home. Gets by him. Matt White scores on the sack, another sack fly. And the runners advance to second and third. 2 outs.
Coach in third. Is it muted? No, it's not.
An inning and a half, and we already have. So now we're up in the back to the top of the order.
Oh, off the third baseman's glove, recovery with the throw to first, and it's in time.
Got him. That'll end the inning.
Space Cowboys take the lead here, but only by 1 after having bases loaded. 1 out and bases loaded. 2 outs. We'll see you for the bottom half of the inning.
Introducing the Sachems. Led by manager and outfielder Ryan Reed and longtime vet first baseman Mike Colbert, the Sachems were 9-12 on the season. They're a feisty team who scored 207 runs, unfortunately allowing just a bit more at 213. Outfielder Mike Dean was tied for the league lead with home runs with 9 and also placed third in total hits with 39. The Sachems, who placed 5th on the season, would win their play-in game against Patrick's 22-9 and would lose a tough 3-game series, pushing the Criollos to the limit, but ultimately falling 2-1. Tim Slewinski is going to be back for his second consecutive All-Star Game appearance, and the Sachems will be represented as well by Matt Frazier, Mike Dean, and Steve Almquist. Almquist, who was 5th in OBP with .594 this season.
And we're back here for the bottom of the second with Keith Zooey on the mound for the Bombers. And Space Cowboys coming in after letting up 2 runs, now trailing 1 run, hoping to even the score here in the bottom of the second.
Ball up and away.
Nice swing there into left center field for a single. Came off the bat a little soft, but definitely was hit on a line to get in there for a single.
I think he hit it on the very end of the bat.
Yeah.
Swing on it. Just didn't get good piece.
Space Cowboys with a base runner here to start the inning with no outs. Keith dealing it. Mike running over to first. Coach. Keith delivering a fast
shortstop, Josh Rivera. Very short-handed.
swing and a miss.
Single. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Jake Paresi. It's a short fly ball to center field. Joey goes out for it. The shortstop catches it.
Out number one.
Yep.
Great crowd here down tonight. Tuesday at Linden Steam Academy here in Malden on Westcott Street.
A lot of families here, well represented, I believe. That'll bring up Brian Dunphy, one of the pitchers for Space Cowboys. It's a long fly ball left center. Right at the left center field with fingers.
For out number two.
Throws it in. We got 2 outs with a runner on first. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Danny Donovan.
Taking an inside strike. Keeps starting ahead 0-1. swing and a hard grounder to the shortstop, but Bombers will step on second base for the easy out, and the Space Cowboys still trail 2-1 to the Bombers heading into the top of the third.
Malden Modified would also like to extend a huge thank you to some of our local social and political leaders, such as Mayor of Malden, Mr. Gary Christensen, Ward 8 Councilor Jadine Sika, the Malden Recreation Coordinator Joe Levine, and Director of Public Works Bobby Knox. Thank you for their continued support for our league and for all that we do down here and have done, especially this season, to move Malden Modified forward. So once again, a huge extended thank you to our local social and political leaders.
And we're back here for the top of the third with Mitch Dewey coming to the plate. I'd like to take a second and thank the City of Malden and the Parks Department, Parks and Recs and the DPW for keeping these fields in great shape for us. A lot of the teams really enjoy coming down here to play, and it shows year after year. So thank you, City of Malden, and all the hard work you do to allow us to be here.
Mitch Dewey, 2 called strikes, down 0-2, ball down in the dirt. Mitch clearly upset. His first strike was low and away, and the second strike was up and in, so he's kind of dealing with a very wide strike zone. 1-2 in the pitch. On ball to first base.
Mitch with some speed down the base path, put a little pressure on the third baseman, but it was a hard hit ball. And the throw was in time for out number 1 for the Space Cowboys.
I'll bring up second baseman Mike Campbell, 3-hitter.
Taking a high and outside ball 1. Another ball in the outside corner, still a little bit high. Danny trying to find the strike zone here against Mike. Mike jumps at it with a ball between third and short for a single, taking the
Trying
turn.
to stretch it to 2.
Nice job, Michael.
Heads up base running. The outfield is taking their time, get to the ball, and Michael turned on the Jets. Ran to second with those shiny new batting gloves. Very, very shiny.
Yep, wearing sunglasses.
We got a runner on second with 1-0. And that'll bring up the 4-hitter. Jared Capola, third baseman. Very, very capable hitter of putting the ball in the air and getting extra bases.
Questionable high strike call there to even the count 1-1.
Fly ball to right field. Right fielder settles under it. Campbell tagging. Ball goes to third. Tags him. A fake tag. There was a fake tag. The ball was cut. They shake hands after. All right, so sack fly. Moves him over to third. The second out of the inning, runner on third with 2 outs. Throws a knuckleball. Joe Fitzgerald is up to bat. Ball down low and he walks in 4 pitches.
The Bombers have a runner on first and third with 2 outs here in the top of the third, trying to capitalize and expand that lead.
That'll bring up Matt White. Up and away. Donovan struggling with control again. Short fly ball to right field. The right center fielder Festa settles under it and catches it for the third out of the inning. And that'll take us to the bottom of the 3. Score remains the same. Bombers up 2-1 on the Space Cowboys, and we'll be back.
Introducing your 2023 Malden Modified Champions, P-Cals. They went 19-2 and took first place. That was their third championship, winning back-to-backs in 22 and 23, and also having won one in 2018. Led by Eddie Skeffington, their shortstop Eddie, who led the league, took the batting title with a .643 batting average, also led an OBP with .679. Cody Skeff was good for third place with 6 homers and also fifth place in RBI with 27. Other notables, they had 5 home runs each from Danny Sedapani, Eddie Skeff, and Danny Trench. And Mike Garland was really untouchable out there, going 16-0, including the playoffs, with a minuscule ERA of .375. Other veterans, Mike Jammer batted a solid .474, and Marco Polo also chipped in to help the P-Cals win their second back-to-back title in as many years. They swept the Bombers 3 games in a 5-game series, and they will be represented by their all-stars Derek Coder, Eddie Skeffington, Danny Sedapani, and Gerard Contaldi.
And here we are for the bottom of the third with Nick Festa, number 2 hitter for the Space Cowboys. At bat, taking strike 1 on the outside corner. Keith Zui on the mound.
Foul ball over the right side. And that is Nick Caserta, the catcher, not Nick Festa. Different Nick, multiple Nicks. Ground ball at third base. Shortstop gets it over to first. Gets him for the out.
Jonathan Colon is showing his strong arm, shortstop, for the out. Anytime he makes a clean play, tough to beat.
That'll bring up the left fielder, Kevin Sinatra.
Loop into foul territory left, out of play. First strike on Sinatra.
Ground ball right side. Campbell over to Matt White for the out, second out of the inning. All right, and that'll bring us to the top of the order. Andrew Delaney.
Takes swinging strike.
Big cut from Delaney. Usually takes pitches one after that one. Very aggressive. Good inside out swing to right field. Delaney almost tries to go to right field. Throw over, they don't get him. And it's a single for Delaney. And now that'll bring up Nick Festa. Right center fielder.
2 outs and a big swing and a miss. Throw down to first base, not in time. Trying to catch the runner with a big lead, but back safely. Delaney with the speed. And that is, after a swing and a miss, we get a foul tip into the catcher's glove. Keith dealing that curveball, again inside out on those righty batters.
Ball up and away. Seems to be curveball heavy tonight.
Comes back to the fastball with a Jonathan Zui with an out here. I'm not sure what happened. It looked like he was going for 2. Walked for the umpire. But either way, the Bombers come out on top 2-1 after the bottom of the third. We'll see you after this break.
Introducing Criollos. Criollos had a very respectable season, finishing in 4th place with an 11-10 record, upping their previous win total from 6-8 the previous year, finally getting over that 500 mark, and winning a playoff series in the process. Led by manager and pitcher Angel Gonzalez, who was 5-4 on the bump as a starter, as well as Ruben Rivera going 4-1 as a starting pitcher. Had a couple of great guys at the dish. Ali Rahita bat .508, and Hector Vega batted .485 to pace the way for the Criollos hitters. They beat the Sachems in a 3-game series in their opening round of their playoffs, but unfortunately were swept by the Pecals before Pecals would become the eventual champion. Other notables are that Kevin Rosado and Marcus Mello, their shortstop, chipped in with 5 home runs each, which is a pretty big total.
And here we are in the top of the 4th inning with the Bombers holding the lead 2-1 in this tight matchup. Danny Donovan on the hill for the Space Cowboys, about to deliver the first pitch.
Ball up and away. This seems to be a repeat of game 1, yesterday's game. Bombers pulled ahead late and won the game 8-7 in a 1-run game last night against the Cowboys. Hop fly. Middle of the infield, Donovan catches it easily and throws it around for the first out of the inning.
Yep, Space Cowboys in an elimination game right now, down after losing last night by 1 run, trailing here by 1 in the top of the 4th. Want to definitely hold the Bombers here and get some runs on the board to continue this race in the playoffs. Outside, ball 1.
Ooh, questionable pitch, coming in, called the ball. Foul ball, catcher has a shot at it. Doesn't get to it, drops for a foul. 2-1 on the count. This is Joe Canine up at the bat. Donovan pitches. Fly ball left field. A lot of speed out there by Sinatra. Space Cowboys have one of the fastest outfields in the league, and he handles it easily when they throw it around for the second out of the inning.
Now to bat with 1 out here in the top of the 4th, Nick Williamson, lefty. Usually takes the first pitch, as he does there. Low, ball 1.
Come to you, Nick. Get the spot, Nicky. Come on, Nick. Here we go now, kid. Here we go now, huh? Come on now, Nick. Here we go.
Nick in the league a long time. Actually helped out the league several times as he's a photographer. He's done a lot of work for us in past events.
Take strike 2 looking. Counts even at 2-2 here.
Ooh, ground ball, right? A line drive caught by Donovan. And he spikes it down and stands on it. A little bit of chirping going on.
Yeah. Space Cowboys trying to get fired up here, going into the bottom of the 4th to try to even and take the lead. We'll see you at the bottom of the 4th.
Introducing the St. Peter's Angels. Led by a core of veterans, Jeffrey Harris, Eric Scola, Tim Scanlon, and Scott Brady, with their 2 returning power hitters coming back for their 2nd season each, Jesse Bruinsma and John Arias, a.k.a. Kiki, adding some big pop in the middle of the lineup. Pitcher Joe Schaff ate up an incredible 82.1 innings, going 15-2 for the Angels on the season. The Angels would also add 2 key cogs this year, the versatile Cesar Zamora, as well as a familiar face in returning shortstop Mike Lush. Historically, the Angels have 8 championships, with their last one coming in 2015. In 2023, the St. Peter's Angels would unfortunately fail to beat the Malden Bombers in the playoff semifinals once again, as they had not been able to either the previous season. The St. Peter's Angels will look to get back to their championship ways in 2020.
And we're back here for the bottom of the 4th with Lima, the third baseman for the Space Cowboys, swinging for a ball foul territory. Strike 1, Keith Zooey on the mound trying to hold this lead 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th for the Bombers.
Hard hit fly ball, handled easily by Kaneen. First out of the inning.
Coming up to bat, Soto for Space Cowboys. Again, one of the league leaders in pretty much everything in regards to batting, but dealing with a little bit of an injury here these last few weeks. Let's see, he jumps at the first pitch with a hard hit ball into left field, down for a ball under the left fielder's legs. He's going for 2 even with that injury, and he's in safely standing for a 1-out double here in the bottom of the 4th.
That'll bring up Bocchino, the manager of Space Cowboys. You got the tie and run on second base with 1 out.
And a ground ball next to the first baseman in there for a single. Soto rounding third into home and score safely to tie the game at 2-2 by a single by Bo.
That'll bring up Josh Rivera, a very good shortstop for the Space Cowboys.
Keith's fastball inside into the dirt for ball 1. Space Cowboys just tying it up 2-2 and have a runner on first with 1 out. Ooh, and a ground ball hardly hit to third base. In there for a single underneath the glove of third baseman for the Bombers. Now the Space Cowboys have runners on first and second with 1 out, trying to capitalize here and take the lead, put some pressure back on the Bombers.
Yeah, Coppola didn't want any part of that ball and kind of turned his head away and tried to backhand the ball, and it took an unfavorable bounce away from his glove, and now we have runners on first and second. Fly ball, short fly ball, right center field. Drops in for a base hit, and he's safe at second as they try to get Rivera going to second. And now that his base is loaded for 1 out. And that'll bring up Brian Dunphy, number 5.
Pitched a lot. Did he pitch last
For
night?
the Space Cowboys.
One of their pitchers, in addition to Danny Donovan, coming in here to try to get the go-ahead run, and takes ball high outside.
Bases loaded, 1 out, and a tie game right now in the 4th. Space Cowboys have to take advantage. You don't get many opportunities against Keith Zooey, and when you do, you have to take advantage. He's a veteran pitcher in the league. He's been around a long time, and he knows how to get outs and go through a lineup and get his outs. So this is a time that you got to jump on him. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Struck well into left field. That's a fair ball.
And the Cowboys do just that with a 2 RBI double. Two-run single for Dunphy. Breaks the game open. 4-2 Space Cowboys.
Danny Donovan to the plate, trying to continue this Bottom of the fourth run, Space Cowboys is putting on with runners on first and second still with 1 out. Take strike on the outside corner to even the count 1-1.
Short fly ball to center field. Campbell goes back, catches it easily. Second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Nick Caserta, catcher, Space Cowboys.
Come on, Nick. Big spot, baby. Hey, 6.
Short fly ball right center, and Mitch Zooey handles it easily for the third out of the inning. So the Cowboys take advantage of the bases loaded, 1 out, with a big hit by Brian Dunphy to break the game open 4-2.
Space Cowboys, as we head into the top of the fifth, we'll see you after this break.
Ladies and gentlemen, Malden Modified also wants to recognize and thank all of the folks from every team who came out and helped with the groundkeeping this year. As you know, it was a very troublesome summer for rain, and our fields, as you can see throughout these pictures, were very difficult to deal with. We had swamps, we had puddles, but we had a lot of helping hands. A lot of people came out, pitched in from every team all around to make the field as playable and enjoyable as possible for all. We also want to give a special shout out to our scorekeepers, as this was our first year of keeping official stats in Malden Modified. We wanted to give a shout out to Dave Ferrier, Dan McGinley, and Sarah Colbert for their wonderful contributions, their tireless efforts in making sure that we held ourselves accountable to the highest standard as a league to keep the stats as best as possible, using new technology that is still in beta forms and whatnot. And once again, everybody pitched in on that crew and really made that. I think everybody has wonderful faith in our scorekeeping system. And
here we are at the top of the fifth inning with the Bombers, with Brandon Collins at bat. Foul ball here right over the booth. A terrifying call here as we ducked for our lives.
It's crazy back here. All this equipment we got to worry about.
Tim Scanlon coming in to field it with the count of 0-1. Tim not on the field. He's here with us in the broadcast booth. We'll be hearing from him later tonight. Again,
Another fly ball, foul ball over the right side. Out of play as it hits another tree on the right-hand side. You can actually see the tree. On the right side is foul territory that overlooked the fence here. And ball up high.
lively night again down here in Malden. We've got a lot of families and friends, quite a few spectators down here enjoying the game as both teams start to get a little bit louder and rowdier on the benches, rooting for their team, especially the Bombers, hoping to get back into this after going down by 2 runs. And the ball struck well, single down the third base line, going into foul territory, rounding, and he's going into second base, sliding to be safe with a leadoff double for the Bombers.
A big hit, and they respond right away by letting up those 2 runs in the previous inning, and they come out and get a leadoff double. Couldn't ask anything better for your leadoff guy.
Jonathan Zooey, shortstop of the Bombers, coming to the plate here, trying to get a ribby under his belt, and takes strike 1 down the middle.
That was Brendan Collins with that double.
Ooh, big swing in the mix.
Setting it up for the leadoff hitter, Jonathan Zooey.
Jonathan with a lot of speed, hitting
Ball
a
left
high.
field. Wow, what a play. Left center fielder comes out of nowhere. Sinatra gave way to Delaney. Delaney comes sliding in, makes a great sliding catch. And it's just another routine catch for a very good outfielder in the league, one of the very best. And that'll bring up Mitch Zooey, the 2-hitter, right center fielder for the Bombers.
Mitch taking strike 1. Again, Mitch known to pull the ball here. Let's see what he does on that inside pitch. Oh, but he takes an outside ball, borderline call. Thought it might have caught a little bit of the plate. Donovan thought so too. Not that one, folks. That was just a bit outside. The count at 2-1. Mitch trying to grounds hard to the shortstop, running over to first base, and he's out. Second umpire for the Malden League calling the out. Again, can't say enough about having 2 umpires. It's great for these playoff games and this playoff atmosphere to keep things close. Mike.
Now we have 2 outs and a runner on second. That'll bring up Campbell.
Hard hit ball, curling around the third base as the runner for the Bombers coming around to score with Mike Campbell with a stand-up double, and they with an RBI there to bring it within 1 run of the Space Cowboys here on the top of the 5th. Tying run on second, Mike Campbell with a big double here with 2 outs on the top of the 5th.
That'll bring up the third baseman, Jared Coppola.
Taking a high ball.
Probably looking to make amends for that previous error from the last inning. Trying to open the floodgates for Space Cowboys. Hits a fly ball right center. Well struck, right center fielder goes back. But Nick Festa catches it easily for the 3rd out of the inning. And that'll be Space Cowboys 4, Bombers 3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th, and we'll be back.
And here we are in the bottom of the 5th. Sinatra leading it off for the Space Cowboys with a well-struck ball into right center, but under it is Mitch Zooey to make the out for out number 1.
Let's go, be a leader, baby. Come on, need you here.
That'll get to the top of the order for Delaney. Made that great sliding catch in the previous inning. Saved the base hit. So we on the mound, he deals. Going away for a ball. Kate's not happy about that call.
Ball outside, 2-0.
Come on, 1, you got him where you want him.
In there for strike 1. 2-1, 1 out here. Bottom of the 5th. Really nice off-speed pitch by Keith. Catching Delaney on his heels to even the count 2-2. Great pitch. Keith bringing the heat there with a high fastball on the outside corner, forcing Delaney to fend it off. Still 2-2.
Ball down and away.
Oh, strike 3 swinging. Keith Zooey with his first K of the night against a dangerous hitter for the Space Cowboys, keeping this race tight after his team scored a run to bring it within 1 run. Wow, nice curveball. Little bit outside.
Throwing a lot of curves tonight. Seems to be curve heavy for this team. And there's another one. Pins it for a strike.
This game matters, Blue. Come on. Don't stop.
And Space Cowboys are not happy with the call. Chirping a little bit, but foul ball, foul territory again. A dangerous situation here, but Tim Scanlon to the rescue, fending off those foul balls to keep the fans, friends, and family safe.
Tim Scanlon always there to help us. Basically shielding the ball with his body for us.
I've never seen anything like it. Does anything for his team, the Angels, and the league. Another pop-up here behind home plate.
Scanlon throws it in, goes by Keith.
Is that an error he won there? Or
Do we put it on Scanlon or do we put the error on Keith?
I don't know. He's trying to
Keith
make.
didn't really give it a good effort. I'll say that much.
No, Keith said, "I'm not bending over."
Do you blame him?
And a ball in the dirt.
Festa, the right center fielder for the Cowboys.
Ooh, nice curveball. Not happy with the call. Space Cowboys manager Bo coming out to have a discussion, and we'll see you
We're back against the wall
after
here.
the break.
It's the fucking playoffs. I need you to dial in. I need you to dial in the strike zone.
top 6. And here we are in the top of the 6th. The Bombers come up to the plate, trailing by 1 run with a line drive into left field. Single.
Drops down. That's what throws it in quickly. Lead-off runner. That's the tying run aboard. In the 6th inning. That was Joe Fitzgerald, and now Matt White is up.
Takes strike 1. Big swing, but a pop-up to the first baseman in foul territory for the out. You hate to see that. A nice hit, but 1 out here for the Bombers in the top of the 6th. Trying to tie this up.
I'll bring up the catcher, John Tane. A bloop into left field. Will it drop? It's going to drop in there for a hit.
Bombers will have runners at first and second here with one out. And up to bat, we have Fingers for the Bombers.
Joe Canine.
Ooh, swing with a foul tip into the catcher's glove for strike one.
Caserta holds on. Deep fly ball left field, but Sinatra plays him well. Camped underneath, and the runners don't advance, and he throws it into third base. Lima holds on. They got a tough hop over there.
Now that'll be 2 outs here for the Bombers. With runners on first and second in the top of the 6th, with Nick Williamson coming up to bat, the lefty for the Bombers, trying to get an RBI here on the top of the 6th and not strand these base runners. Kick of the dirt in front of the plate, coming up to the plate with mission and some intensity. You love to see that here in a tough situation. With ball one in the outside corner. And taking ball two, very high here. And takes strike one, pointing to the outside of the plate.
Ooh, he got hit on the elbow.
Danny Donovan upset that the base
Donovan's arguing that he didn't make an attempt to get out of the way.
Let's go, Brando.
Come on, Brandon!
Brandon up to bat here with bases loaded for the Bombers with 2 outs. Need a hit. Taking strike one over the plate. Was not happy with the calls, the batter, but opens. Fly ball here. Third base. Pops up. And unfortunately, the Bombers leave 3 stranded there in the top of the 6th. A big opportunity to tie this game up and just go. We'll see the Space Cowboys come to the plate in the bottom of the 6th after a push break. And here we are in the bottom of the 6th. Steve Lima up to bat for the Space Cowboys, taking ball one in the dirt from Keith Zooey, trying to hold this lead to 1 that the Space Cowboys have. Try to go into the top of the 7th and tie this thing up. Ball 2. Swing and a foul ball down the first base side. Count is 2-1.
Find one you like, drive it.
Taking another ball, 3-1 here.
Hey, come on, let's go, right here. You're
takes ball 4 inside for a leadoff walk on the bottom of the 6th.
It's a very big walk because that brings up Manny Soto. The Bombers start chirping about the strike zone calls.
Big swing, bringing Soto to his knees. Nice pitch by Keith. Ahead in the count, 1-1. Runner on first. High.
Let's go, 5. Good eye. Work him, work him. Come on, Soto. Come on, 5 right here. Hey, you got another one, 5. Let's go. You're here for a reason, 5. Let's go.
Right field, Campbell.
Gets out there.
Very good catch over the shoulder.
The on-field correspondent, Tim Canton, 4th put-up today for Mike Canton. By far. Now we have Mike Bocchini, better known as Bolo.
Bocchini?
Hey, add syllables.
Nice pitch on the outside corner by Keith to get ahead 0-1. Ooh, big swing and a miss by Bo on a low pitch in the dirt.
Really trying to get ahead of that one and pull the ball in the right field and moves over after that swing. Well struck to right center field for a base hit. Moves Weimer up to second. Runners on first and second. 1 out here, and that'll bring up shortstop Josh Rivera.
Hey, way to be, Bo. Nice, stay up, kid.
Volcano gets a courtesy runner. Very fleet of foot. Nick Fester at first base. Steve Weimer at second. Another foul ball behind the booth. Scanlon runs to our aid again.
I don't know what we would do without him. That was a close call. Came right over the top here.
Hey, 2, hey, 2.
Ball outside on the corner.
Cowboys up 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th.
It's quite silent during pitches here. Everyone just waiting to see.
Jams him inside, almost gets hit on the leg. Last second moves out of the way. Short fly ball, right field. Second baseman Mike Campbell gets another putout. Getting used to these putouts here. Rivera pops up with a tough at bat for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up number 99, Jake Baresi for the Space Cowboys.
You just couldn't ask for a better night tonight, folks. 70 degrees.
Humidity has finally dropped off.
No bugs.
Come say hi.
And Jake
Beautiful fly ball to right field.
with a catch by the Bombers.
What a catch over there. Caught it right down the line. I think it was in foul territory. That was Joe Fitzgerald with the catch down the line. And, sorry, Brendan Collins. Brendan Collins with the catch down the line. And the Bombers huddle up on the right side here because they're down to their final 3 outs as we are coming up to the top of the 7th inning, and the Bombers will get a crack and try to tie this game. It's 4-3, and we'll be back. And a leadoff double for Jonathan Zui.
Having a little bit of technical difficulties over here, but we...
Oh, I think we're back here.
Yeah, I think so too.
We might be back. All right, here we go. All right.
Right.
Leadoff double for Jonathan Zui. That brings up his cousin, Mitch Zui. Top of the 7th with a runner on second. And that's the tie and run. And a short fly ball. That's not going to get it done. Second baseman Soto handles it easily. And now there is a runner at second with 1 out. And this is the big at-bat of the game for Mike Campbell. Donovan deals.
Ooh,
Ball down low.
close pitch there to take. Oh, nice hit into left field. It's down for a hit.
Definitely a fair ball, and here comes Jonathan to score easily. And Campbell goes to second base, and he's safe at second. And that is the tie-in run
Wow.
in the 7th inning. What a hit by Mike Campbell. Hits it over the third baseman, just barely gets it over the third baseman. Great placement down the line, and Jonathan Zui doesn't hesitate as he comes round in third, scores the tie-in run in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up a very fair hitter in Jared Coppola. Hasn't done much tonight, and he is probably looking to get this run in with a base hit here.
Nice hit.
There's a base hit in the hole.
Rounding third is
Here
Mike
comes
Campbell.
Campbell. The throw goes to second, and they score another run. As the fans are clapping heavily over here in the Bombers section. Have a lot to cheer about as they take a 5-4 lead in the top of the 7th. And let's not forget that this is a best-of-3 series, and the Bombers are up 1-0. So now the Bombers are in a shot to knock the Space Cowboys out of the playoffs. If they can continue this and go into the inning and shut the Cowboys down in the bottom of the 7th. But that won't happen until they finish this inning, and they're going to look to put more damage on the board here as they got a runner on first with 1 out. And another base hit to left field, and the Bombers have come to life. And that'll bring up Matt White.
Great hitting out of the Bombers here. You know, they've been here before. They know what this atmosphere is like. They want to win, and they just bear down.
And now
Get the
timeout
job
is
done.
called by Mike Bocchino, Space Cowboys manager. Looks like he wants to settle things down, talk a little strategy. Third baseman comes over, Steve Lima, join in on the conversation. Nick Williamson checks in with Matt White for a little advice. Talks to him. And everybody has their instructions. Play with runners on first and second, 1 out. And the atmosphere has really picked up here. Big cut by White. It comes fouled back here. Scanlon doesn't have to save us that time. It gets protected by the fence.
Nice. Yep, the fan base bringing the energy here tonight. You love to see it.
And another fly ball left field. It is called a foul ball. Down the line. Sinatra almost had that. And now it just feels like the wheels have fallen off the bus a little bit for the Cowboys. Bombers fan section always travel well. Timeout is called by home plate umpire. And now players resume. Donovan on the rubber. Donovan steps off. He calls time. And I think we have a little bit of gamesmanship going back and forth there. And it looks like he quick pitched him there as Donovan playing a little mind games with the batter, Matt White. There's a foul tip back to the catcher, and Nick Caserta holds on for the second out of the inning.
Wow, that was a big strikeout. Yeah.
White seemed to be bothered by that quick pitch, and it affected him on the next strike, and foul tip back to the catcher, and now there's 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Ball up high. And that'll be the catcher, John Tane. Number 3.
Ball outside, 3-0 here.
3 times he's gonna come.
And brings in there for strike 1. Bombers taking it all the way. Hitters count here. Runners on first and second, and taking strike 2 on the corner for a full count with 2 outs. The runners should be in motion here after the pitch release.
Neither runner ran.
Yeah.
Not aware of the situation there, as they had a very good opportunity to get a running start. But it matters nonetheless as he walks the bases loaded. And it looks like Volcano is going to go to the bullpen, and Brian Dunphy will come in from right field, and he will be the new pitcher here. Dunphy pitched a lot in the series last week against us, the Angels. Very good pitcher, very effective.
Yep, coming right in here, throwing a strike in his first warm-up.
Yep, doesn't throw a lot of balls. He hovers around the plate a lot.
Yep, and the crowds are silent right now. Everyone's getting ready to see
Only
what's
takes
going to
2
happen.
warm-up pitches and says he's good. Doesn't need much. He's in a big pressure situation here in the top of the 7th, and he only needs 2 warm-up pitches. Shows you how confident he is on the mound.
Yeah, fingers up to bat, trying to do something here, and Dunphy coming in, throwing strike 1 with authority.
I like that from a relief pitcher. Comes in a pressure situation with the bases are loaded. He just comes in, throws 2 warm-up pitches, says I'm good until the first pitch strike. Very impressive by Dunphy.
Bases are loaded here. A big hit into left field, a big single by Fingers, scoring 1, and the throw's coming into home. And they will hold, Space Cowboys left fielder will hold them to 1 run on quite a hit to left field. You typically down here, you think that's scoring 2, but
That was a very good throw by Sinatra. I mean, it was a one-hopper in the outfield. He fielded it cleanly, quickly, threw it in, got right to the Caserta quickly. And Fitzgerald's a pretty quick runner at third himself, and he didn't hesitate to pull up at third, listen to his third base coach, and not run into an out.
yep, giving Nick Williamson a chance here, the lefty.
And now the Bombers are ahead 6-4, bases loaded, 2 outs.
Taking a strike. Great pitch by Dunphy to even the count 1-1. Takes a high inside strike for ball 2. Counts 2-1 here. In the top of the 7th, where the Bombers are rallying from behind to take the lead. And a blue pit to the third baseman for out number 3.
Easily by Lima.
That'll take us, folks, to the bottom of the 7th, where the Space Cowboys are on the brink of elimination, down to their last 3 outs, trying to come back from a 2-run deficit. We'll see you after this break. And here we are, the bottom of the 7th. Space Cowboys down to their last 3 outs, trying to bypass the 2-run deficit.
Brian Dunphy hits a vicious foul ball. Jumps on the first pitch, pulls it foul. into the trees. Another ball coming into the backstop here. Handled by Kane. Flips to the umpire. Here we are here. Cowboys trailing 6-4 in the bottom of the 7th.
Dumpy taking ball 1 to even the count 1-1. You can tell he's dialed and disciplined up there. He really wants to start this off with a single or extra bases.
Wow. Called strike inside. Dumpy's not happy about it.
right there. Should have leaned into it. Wake the fuck up.
You know, I feel for Dumpy here as a right-handed batter against Keith. He throws that inside fastball for a strike, and it kind of buckles your knees sometimes. And Dumpy fighting that off after unhappy previous call. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 7th. Ooh. Wow, what a pitch. What a pitch. The nice curveball that came back over the center of the plate, just a little low. The umpire didn't get caught enough in the strike zone to ring him up, but counts even at 2-2. And Dumpy takes ball 3 inside. Full count here in the bottom of the 7th to lead off the Space Bombers campaign to get back into this.
Space Cowboys. Short fly ball to left field, and it drops in for a weak base hit. It doesn't matter how you get it. It's still a base hit in the book, and he lead-off single for Dumpy as he grits and gets a lead-off single, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Danny Donovan, in a very big at-bat, and he brings the tie-in run to the plate.
Danny had an effective series against us and the Angels. Had quite a few timely hits. Let's see if he can pull it off here. Taking strike 1.
Live right there, babe.
Donovan, a very good hitter. He's batting around 500 for the season.
With another hit into short right field with Mike Campbell for another putout.
Campbell runs backwards a good amount and catches the fly ball over his head. That'll bring up Nick Caserta.
Catcher for Space Cowboys. Taking strike 1 over the right corner.
Ball down low.
Ooh, great curveball coming in, catching the inside corner. Space Cowboys not happy with that inside strike call.
Ground ball to Keith. Keith throws to second. Gets the lead off run and tries to get the double play. It doesn't handle it. Bounces to Matt White. But they get the leadoff runner for a fielder's choice for Donovan. Sure, he'll probably get a runner. I'm sorry, Caserta. Well, Caserta's going to run. But that is 2 outs, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Kevin Sinatra. Tying run at the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th.
Ooh. Foul ball. Strike 1 here. Again, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Space Cowboys with a tying run at the plate, hoping that they can capitalize, get back into this game.
Ooh, ball up and in. Ooh, another ball up and in, same spot. Keith going to the curveball twice in a row. Called strike. Fouled in foul territory. Hits a tree and comes down. Foul ball. That'll be a 2-2 count with 2 outs and a runner on first in the bottom of the 7th. And the Cowboys are down to their last strike. Sinatra looking to extend their playoffs. Again, this will eliminate the Cowboys. If the Bombers can hold on and get this 3rd out, this will eliminate the Space Cowboys from the playoffs. Fly ball to right field. Drops in for a hit as Campbell gives a shot.
Oh, with a throw to third base just off the mark, allowing Space Cowboys to get a runner on second and third here in the bottom of the 7th. The tying run at second base. A single here will tie this game.
Unbelievable. What a chain of events have just happened. What that little base hit as Sinatra is heads up base running as the ball gets thrown to third to get Caserta. He advances to second, and now you have 2 runners in scoring position to tie this game up with arguably one of your best hitters, Andrew Delaney. Delaney hits a ground ball. Zooey fields it and very smartly doesn't throw it around because of that tie run. So the Cowboys score a run. It is 6-5, and they have runners on first and second with 1 out. Nick Festa, what a game.
What a heads-up play by Jonathan Zooey.
This is the bottom of the 7th. Now the umpire calls timeout. We have fans out in right field walking across. Kids looking for the playground as the center fielder directs them on where to go. But what a game we have. This is bottom of 7th, so now if the Cowboys can score 2 runs, the game will be over.
Wow, what a game.
Festa looking for a different bat. What a situation. The pressure is really ramped up here. What a playoff game this has turned out to be. The bottom of the 7th, Festa up to bat. First pitch, borderline to strike, but he called it a ball up and away. Another curveball by Zooey.
And a blue hit to second base, Mike Campbell to ring in the out, and the Bombers, ladies and gentlemen, come back from a 6-3, or 4-3 deficit in the top of the 7th to score 3 runs and hold on for a victory. The Space Cowboys put on the pressure here in the bottom of the 7th to win 6-5. Bombers advance to the next round of the playoffs, and they will shake hands with the Space Cowboys, who kept these 2 games at 1 run last night and tonight. Congratulations to the Bombers, and congratulations to the Space Cowboys. First year in the Malden Modified Softball League, taking it.
The 3 seed overall, a very good team. They got a lot of good hitters, and their outfield is very impressive. They got a lot of speed in their outfield, and they just don't make errors. They play the game the right way. They run, they hustle, and they're a very good team with a promising future. So sad to see them leave the playoffs, but I think the experience at the end of the day by the Bombers, really shine through in this game. You can see that the Bombers weren't afraid of the situation, and they deserve to advance. So now that'll send the Bombers into the championship, where they will await the winner of the other series of Cows versus Criollos.
It's going to be quite a night. I mean, last night was some of the best ball we've seen down in Malden in quite a few years. Game 1 tonight, another nail-biter, 6-5 with the tying run on second base in the bottom of the 7th. And P-Cows and Criollos within 3 runs of each other last night. I believe 10-7 was the final score.
Yes, 10-7. And they're up 1 game in the best of 3 series as well. And that'll be game 2. We'll be streaming that for the next 20 minutes. But a great night overall, and what a night for the league. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better atmosphere. The fans are lively. The parking lot is jumping, and there's great playoff softball here from Malden Modified Softball. And again, check us out. You can check all of our stuff out at maldensoftball.com. You can follow us on Facebook. And
here's an energy shift already as 2 Criollos players take the field, and you see that Irish Clover out in right field warming up. The P-Cows, what will be an eventful game 2. Join us here at 8:15, and we will see you. Go to the bathroom, grab a drink, get some fresh popcorn, maybe some Sour Patch Kids. It's going to be quite a show tonight, folks. We'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, we'll be back.